is coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. To throw on first down. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
And sometimes these QBs, man, you just want them to hang in the pocket maybe just a little bit longer. It's third down. I got a little bit I got to get, and I think he pulls the football down, tries to make a play with his feet, but the defense does their job and forces the fourth down.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on fourth down in his own territory. Big tight end makes the grab, it's a first down. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And the Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Run it with the fullback. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Well, the fullback helping out his offense here, running the football. Nice job finding the hole and getting upfield. Takes a lot to bring this guy down.
And the Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. After the run, now to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Eighth play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a 3rd down conversion. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He wants to change this route. Gets the back moving. On 4th down, going to the air. The short hands, it's Cummings. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the fourth down conversion.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. They'll go to the fullback. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. This offense just wearing this defense down. 11th play of the drive coming. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
The Seminoles come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that rate and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Quick strike complete. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
They're working that left side. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Working on the right.
Well, it's a nice-looking throw right there, and I'll tell you what, for Hokie quarterbacks in the past, it's not all about just hurting you with their legs. Michael Vick could kill you throwing the football. Tyrod Taylor could do it. How about this name? Jim Drunkenmiller. You can just see him right now, dotting an 18-yard dig route. That's a nice-looking throw. That gives me some Drunkenmiller vibes, Paul.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Dropping back, it's LeBoy. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Yeah, in 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do, they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance, and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Using the quick game. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Lets it fly. Touchdown, Hokies. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They took it 71 yards down the field. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Cummings. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Gets it to him on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Picked off. A turnover in their own end. He'll try to take it back. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
The defense thought in this game they were going to have an opportunity to pick some passes off, and what a great job. Down deep in the opponent's territory, he jumps the route, he intercepts it, and returns it now inside the 5-yard line, setting his offense up in beautiful field position.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Johnson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Here's what I think. Offense is about finesse. It's about shifts and motions. When you get in the goal line area and the field starts to shrink, you better be able to punch somebody in the mouth and get positive yards. Not trickeration, not flip it to a guy with speed out wide, not do something different. You better be physical at the point of attack, move guys out of the way, and run the football.
Under fire. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. To the air, it's LeBoy. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. The Red Hawks of Miami came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks inside Yager Stadium had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'll try to power their way ahead. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Well, it's clear the coaching staff had a little conversation before this drive, and they said, we have got to run the football. All 4 plays of this drive so far have been runs, and they're taking a bit of an attitude shift here. They want to be physical, and they want to pound the defense into submission.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Noles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Got a wide open receiver. Open field on the right. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score.
Touchdown, Florida State. Grabbed in the end zone and put 6 on the board.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run it from the gun. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
The quick out. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. To throw, it's LeBoy. Makes the grab, it's Pope. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Now on first down from the 43. The give on the inside. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later.
Turning it on. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Hokies are in the red zone. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Hokies.
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone.
Nowhere to go with the ball and down. He goes at the 39.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed.
He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Working that left side. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's going to let it go. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Taking it the other way. The 40. Past the 20. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Noles will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Quickly complete. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's LeBoy. Makes the grab. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Hokies come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Gets it out quickly. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
The Hokies have their offense in high gear. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Hokies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. Knocked off his feet.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Hokies are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Looking to throw on third. Fakes the grab on the left. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And the Hokies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Quick completion on the out. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
The Hokies trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And I love the aggressiveness by the defense. Third down and short, I'm going to play with my DBs up, play aggressive, try to take away those RPOs, those quick throws, those easy routes. Did a really good job and made the tackle, forcing the fourth down.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category.
And the returner goes down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's coming. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
I got a feeling they went into the half and they talked about how do we create some more explosive plays on offense. First drive, you're trailing. They did exactly that. Nice job by this offense. They're going to need more of them to get back in this football game, but I like the first drive aggressiveness by this offense.
That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Second down, he'll throw it. And the pass falls incomplete, and we have played 3 quarters. These 2 quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got it.
Breaks into the open. Oh, what a cut. The 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hokies.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this. This coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's coming. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18. And the Seminoles in the hurry-up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Gets it out fast. Tackle is made at the 23. Let's call it a 5-yard pickup. It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Skips away from pressure. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision. gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give him credit.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Got some room to run. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. They'll try the left side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job with the base defense making a play.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Wants to throw on third down. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Needs it to keep this drive alive. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got a man. It's Morris. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down. The Seminoles want to pick up the tempo.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking a deep shot. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been...
There he goes. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
And the Hokies, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.